Before the iPhone, before the MacBook, before the Apple Watch was on every wrist, there was just a garage in Los Altos, California, and two young dreamers with a wild idea. This is not just the story of a company, this is the story of obsession, betrayal, innovation, and one of the greatest comebacks in business history. Welcome to the story of Apple Inc., from humble beginnings to global dominance. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak weren't born into wealth. In the mid-70s, while most teens were figuring out what to do with their lives, Wozniak was already building computers for fun. Jobs? He was more of a visionary, obsessed with design, spirituality, and simplicity. They met through mutual friends, clicked over electronics, and something clicked. In 1976, in the Jobs family garage, they started building the Apple I. No fancy office, no big funding, just a vision to make computers accessible and beautiful. While Wozniak handled engineering, Jobs handled marketing and storytelling. They got their first big order from a local computer store called the Byte Shop, 50 units, but they didn't even have the money to build those. Jobs sold his VW van. Woz sold his calculator. That's how badly they believed. The Apple I was followed by the Apple II, which changed everything. It had color graphics, a keyboard, and was actually usable by the average person. Sales skyrocketed. Apple was now a real company, and in 1980, it went public. Young, brash Steve Jobs became a millionaire before the age of 30, but things weren't perfect. His personality was intense. Brilliant, yes, but difficult. Apple began to grow rapidly, hiring executives to bring order. One of them was John Sculley, former Pepsi CEO. Jobs convinced him with a legendary pitch. Do you want to sell sugar water for the rest of your life? Or do you want to come with me and change the world? Jobs and Sculley started clashing. Jobs was focused on innovation and big ideas, while Sculley cared about profit and stability. In 1985, the board sided with Sculley, and Steve Jobs was pushed out of his own company. Imagine creating something from your garage and then being told you couldn't lead it anymore. Jobs was devastated, but he didn't quit. He started Next, a new computer company, and he also bought Pixar, the animation studio that would later create Toy Story. Meanwhile, Apple without Jobs struggled. New products failed. Microsoft took the lead. In 1997, Apple was near bankruptcy. In a twist of fate, Apple acquired Next to fix its software problems, and just like that, Jobs was back. He returned as CEO and began reshaping everything. First, he killed off dozens of underperforming products. Then came the iMac. It was colorful, sleek, and different. A statement. Then came the iPod. Then iTunes. Suddenly, Apple wasn't just a computer company. It was about lifestyle, about music, about culture. In 2007, Jobs unveiled something that changed the world.
Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. And Apple has been, well, first of all, one's very fortunate if you get to work on just one of these in your career. In 1984, we introduced the Macintosh. It didn't just change Apple, it changed the whole computer industry. In 2001, we introduced the first iPod. And it didn't just change the way we all listen to music, it changed the entire music industry. Things. A widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not three separate devices. This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone. And here it is.
The iPhone. A phone, a music player, and an internet communicator, all in one. That keynote? Legendary. The iPhone wasn't just a product. It redefined how we communicate, work, play, and live. Then came the App Store. Suddenly, developers all over the world were building businesses around the iPhone. Apple became the most valuable company in the world. Its stores were glass temples. Its products were status symbols. And Steve Jobs, he became a legend. Jobs passed away in 2011, but his vision lives on. Tim Cook took the helm and led Apple into new territory. Apple Watch, AirPods, Apple services, and a focus on privacy. Today, Apple is not just a tech company. It's a design company, a media company, a fashion brand, and a cultural force. From a garage to global greatness, the story of Apple is a lesson in believing in your vision, risking it all, and coming back stronger after failure. If you found this inspiring, subscribe for more stories of the world's greatest minds and companies that changed everything. This is Millions Move, where we turn stories into lessons and hustle into power.